What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. I've gotten so many questions about how I run everything. It's been a complete total influx of people trying to open their own trading card business. In this video, I'm going to show you the secrets and the tools that I use to run my 7-figure card business. Between my scanners, my software, where I get my supplies, prices, everything. Everything I've bought for this business will be in this video. There will be a crap ton of affiliate links, so if you click them, they help out the channel. I do get earned commission on them, so needless to say, I will be earning money on this video. I know that makes people angry, but it is what it is. Papa needs to pay for a Dragon Storm in a few weeks, so click those links. So I'm going to show you everything that saves me time. Granted, it's probably not the perfect way to do it, but it's what has brought me to where I am at today. So I'm probably doing something somewhat right. But if you, sitting there, have another tip, please share it. I will try and be as active as possible on this post. I really want this video to go out to as many people as possible to help them out. Everyone's like, hey, where do I get this? Where do I get BCW boxes? Where I just said where you get them. Where do I get the cheapest envelopes? Where do I get the cheapest scanners? What scanner do I use? Everything. I literally have used every tool imaginable. I've wasted money, thousands and thousands of dollars on these useless tools. I'm gonna show you what actually you need to use to run a successful business. Now, it's not going to be in order of any way of how important it is. It's just going to be as I go throughout my day, I'm going to point out things that are really useful, things that save me time, save me money, and will help you out along your path to whatever business you're running, whether it's Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever, all of them. This is what helps me day to day, saves me time. Time is money. Okay, let's first start off with storage. So, if you're an online shop only, if you're an actual store, these shelves are a key component. With this current setup, I could fit over 2 million cards within around 400 square feet. And it's done, my meal's done. Factor, sponsor me. It's done by combining 2 shelves together. These are from Home Depot. These are the 6-tier HDX shelves from Home Depot. What I do is I buy 2, combine both together, and then throw out the extra poles. You buy 3 shelves, you can make 2 units. Now each shelf could fit 2 5,000 counts and either a 3-row or a 4-row like this. These BCW boxes. Now it doesn't matter what 5-row you use. You can use a full lid, half lid, whatever. It doesn't matter either with the 4-row or 3-row. So each 5,000 count can hold 7,000 cards. Trading cards, not sports cards. So each shelf, that's 14,000, and then the 4-row could hold 4,500. That's almost 20,000 cards per shelf. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shelves. So that means that each individual shelf could hold 180,000 cards at full capacity. Now, in this small little setup, we have quite a few shelves. We have 5 on each side. We have 3 rows of 5. With this current setup right here, what you see, we can hold 2.7 million cards. This current footprint that we are taking up is less than 300 square feet. So I know I've talked to a lot of smaller stores. They're like, we don't have the space to do TCG player. We don't have the space to do. You do. You just got to figure it out. Start with 1 shelf. Start with 2 shelves. It takes up no space whatsoever. There's 0 excuses with that. Okay, so the other thing we use are these BCW tall card dividers. So we use the tall ones and not the smaller ones because it just becomes an issue. They're like really short, like almost down, like they come up to here, so it's hard to flip through. The taller ones are a lot better at being fast with trying to flip through. So we sort this through A to Z, and we don't put like dividers in between A and B, just because everything is moving so fast in here. Like it would cause an issue. I started off doing that. The only thing we separate are the foils from the non-foils. Also, another really good tool we use are these. These are Sidekicks. It's by a local company, Sidekick Supplies. Really, really a good tool. Really high quality. And a local guy, so he's actually been here before, and super cool dude. Definitely recommend buying these. They are definitely scattered throughout the warehouse. Useful tool. Another tool we have is the TCG Player Card Conditioning Guidelines. We try to stick with this as closely as possible, but I wish TCG Player would sometimes follow their own condition guidelines, because I'm starting a new series called Audit the Auditor for all of you TCG Direct sellers. Order on direct, see what they give me, because 9 times out of 10 if you order anything foil, it's coming like junk. And they have been really dinging me hard on my condition recently, so let's audit them. As you can see with this current setup, we're like not even 30% full. Right here I'd say we're full, and then like all of these are empty. I've been really scaling up the eBay side of things. It's dark over here. I'm sorry, I know. That is because we had a little bit of a warehouse fire. That light up there caught on fire, but we're all right. And the cards are safe. Here we go, another storage solution. These IKEA shelves. Mason from RNG-Gamez, he made a video. I bought these. They're good, they're just too tall. If you buy these, get the shorter ones, because it's not a problem for me, because I'm 6'2", but my employees, some of them are vertically challenged, so they need to stand on things to get to these top shelves. So I recommend, he has a newer video, I'll link both those videos in this video. Their newer shelf is about halfway up, and once I get a new store, those will be in the store, not these, just because this is a nightmare for someone who's shorter. One thing we do have is we print out these nice fancy card holders for our cards. You can use BCW boxes, but they kind of look like shit, and you have to use specific ones, like one that's a full lid and then one that's a half lid, and sometimes they're out of stock. So I just said screw it, I'm just gonna print my own with my 3D printer. I haven't finished the design yet. I'm changing things up, so I'm removing, I designed like little dividers for these, and I'm removing that as a design. It's just very flawed, like because of the flexibility, because of the 3D print. In order for me to up my capacity in this drawer, I needed to sacrifice the thickness, and when I sacrifice the thickness, it has a little give to it. So if it just flexes a little bit, the divider pops right out and the cards fall. So I designed a new divider with like a screw mechanism in there to go in here. So once we get that all said and done, we'll do an update video on that. Over here, it's like, what do we use? We use this little light right here, just so we can get some light going, because we have no lights over here. It's never a dull moment. I'm gonna buy some miners helmets so we could be like in the cards. Another thing that is like really crucial to organizing and things like that are these little sorting trays. Now these originally we got from Amazon. I'll try and get the link, but I've recently started ordering the ones from BCW just because you could fit like another, I think it's another 6 or 8 on the side. I'll link both. I like the ones from BCW because they're higher quality. They are a little bit more expensive, but like I say all the time, buy nice or buy twice. Now, for actual hard goods like booster boxes, storage, and things like that, I started off with these. These are from Home Depot. They're like 170 bucks. I recently went with these guys here. These are from Home Depot as well, but they're the Husky ones. They're a little bit more expensive. They're around $225, but the amount of, like, because once I start putting a lot of booster boxes on here, this wood, like, it bows. It, like, I almost feel like it's gonna break. So I should have went with those from the beginning, but me being a cheapo, I went with these. They were like 140, 130. These are like 200. Buy nice or buy twice. These are from Home Depot. These are Husky shelves. They're the 4-tier Husky shelves, and I recommend them 100%. Don't buy anything else, please. All right, so now we get into the really expensive things. This is a Fizzbatch 9000 by TCG Machines. It is a unit. It's a workhorse. It could process about 1,700 cards in an hour, sift out their value, while simultaneously making our lots for eBay, Amazon, Walmart, all these other marketplaces. I would say just this one unit alone brings us in probably an extra $7,000 to $10,000 a month. That's a lot of money. You could rent this machine to lease it. I believe leasing it, it's like $650 a month. If you want to buy it outright, it was $32,000. That's a lot of money, but it brings in a lot of money. They both do things differently. This one and the Roka. This one is specifically designed to be very fast and pull out value. As far as alphabetization, can't speak, it's limited. It has a 13-bin system, so you have to do multiple sorts in order to get it organized correctly. So I use them in unison. They both are extremely, extremely fast machines. This one is the fastest out of the bunch, but it's limited in its sorting capabilities due to the bin system design. Now, the Roka, great machine, beautiful machine. Expensive machine. I believe when I bought this, it was $25,000. They do have a leasing to own option, which I did at first just to try it out. But within 6 months, I said, I am buying this. I am no longer leasing it because it's just that crucial to the business. So, how they work in tandem. We buy a shit ton of bulk right here. This middle shelf is all Magic. Top shelf is Pokemon. Bottom shelf is Magic, and more Magic on the way. So, what we do is we sift it through here first. Now, it goes through the machine. It pulls out all the valuable cards. Anything that is lower value gets put into a lot or a bulk lot, and we sell it on other marketplaces. Then, after it's all sifted, all the valuable cards go into the Roka. They go into the Roka, and because it's such a big machine, it has 31 bins in there, it could really, really, really alphabetize things like you would not believe. It is very accurate, 99.9% accurate. The only times it becomes not accurate is like M12, M13, M14, all those M sets that have the same cards in it. It'll sometimes, like, think it's an M12 card when it's really an M13 card. You just have to double check it. It'll never take you out of double checking anything, or like you could just run it through and just upload it. Goodbye, good luck, boop. You still have to go in, manually verify, but while it's sorting, you could be doing other shit. Okay, so the next thing we use, crucial to any trading card business, is the supplies. The envelopes, the bubble mailers, you know, team bags, card savers, all this stuff we get in bulk for cheap, starting with the envelopes. Top Flight, number 10s, Amazon. I literally get these from Amazon. $18.99, 500 envelopes to your door. Same day or next day. Can't beat it. But something we also do is we manufacture our own envelopes. Side-loaded, pre-stamped, window, and they side-load. I prefer side-loading. They're more secure than the top ones. But this is what we do. We're actually in the process of getting the 3-pocket ones made for ourselves. Ones that eBay and TCG Player make, but we're making them ourselves. Getting them manufactured from our envelope maker that makes those. They are a little bit expensive, so if you're interested in that, let me know. They run wholesale cost around like 12 cents a piece, which are expensive, but once you know, don't use top loaders anymore, that saves a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Now, bubble mailers. I get all of my bubble mailers, oh, there, on the ground. I get all my bubble mailers from this one seller on eBay. I'll show you who it is. Right here, Jens Package. You order them in bulk. They will literally ship you a gigantic carton like this, 500 units. I think these are the 4x8s. I put the little thing out there so it tells me which one's which. You can get these for about like 2 cents a piece or 3 cents a piece if you buy 1,000. Maybe these, you can get them for like 10 or 15 cents a piece. It's really not expensive. Now, boxes, different story. Now our boxes we get from a different seller on eBay. We get these for about 10 cents a piece, 12 cents a piece, around there. They're really thin and really not that good of a quality, but we only use these for our bulk lots. Our bulk lots get shipped in a BCW box, so there's no point in using really expensive boxes for that since they're double boxed to begin with. So we save on our boxes so we can give the end customer a better product by putting it in a BCW box so that they can use that better than they can use a shipping box. Quality is a little shitty, so if you're going to use this for anything expensive or anything like that you don't want to get damaged, I don't recommend buying this. I recommend buying this if you're going to use it for something that is already pre-packaged in a box and you're double boxing it. Alright, so this is the seller right here. We spent $122. We got quantity of 4. So what is that? 400 for $122. So that's pretty cheap. You get what you pay for. They're cheap for a reason. They're very thin. Very thin. Like, comically thin. But they do the job. Team bags. Team bags. These are what we use. Beckett. Everyone complains about these. They're a little bit thicker than the Beckett ones, but that white thing right there gets stuck to your hand. You have to use a piece of tape like this. With these are like beautiful little angel kisses. See that red tab right there? They will not stick to your hand, no static whatsoever. Let me show you. Peel it off. Check it out. Wait, hold on. There we go. See? Boom, falls right off your hand. It stuck to my hand for a second, but I swear to God, it doesn't happen. Now, for my actual shipping boxes, I get all of my shipping boxes from Uline. We order them in abundance, so it just makes more sense to order from Uline. They're much more expensive than anybody else. I know everyone's like, free shipping, right? It's free shipping, but it's really not. It costs the business a lot of money. If you, like, one of those boxes is around like $3.50. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're buying 1,000 at a time, that's like $3,000. It's a lot of money. So I get all of my big shipping boxes for like booster boxes and cases, not booster boxes, but like cases, multiple cases of booster boxes from Uline. They're really expensive, but good thing about Uline is they do net 30, net 60, so you really don't have to pay for the items until 30 to 60 days later. But remember, you do have to pay for it. Now I know I mentioned this before, but all of my bulk lots, They're BCW boxes, so these are the 500 card lots. I use 400 count BCW boxes for my 500 card lots. I know what you're thinking. Rob, it says 400 on there. These are designed for trading cards like baseball, sports. They're thicker card stock. So you could fit 560 cards in a 400 count box. We have had a few people complain, give us negative feedback on our lots, saying we sent them less than 400 cards. Even reaching out to them, it's like, hey, did you count the cards? Because you could fit 560 cards into that box, but they don't get it because they see 400 on the bottom and then they feel betrayed. You can't help people. Some people are stupid. Now, these are all our lots we sell on eBay. These are the bags I showed you before. They fit a 100 card lot in the Beckett team bags. The graded card bags are perfect for 100 card lots. And for our 50 card lots right here, our Pokemon no duplicate lots, we use the small team bag from Beckett. Great, they fit 50 cards perfectly, beautiful. Now, for the workhorses, the thermal printers and the scanners. I have one scanner at home that I'll show you later on. We're making money, that's good. All right, so these, the GX420, these are bulletproof. I have had these for 3 years. They are a bit expensive. They're around $400 a piece. You can buy them secondhand, which I did, but you can also get them directly from Uline or eBay or Amazon, wherever. I have two because one is for eBay shipping labels and one is for Amazon labels. So I use two because I hate changing the rolls, so I just bought two. These are by far the best thermal printers for labels you will ever get. I don't care what anyone says. Rollo is garbage in comparison to a Zebra printer. You cannot break them, they're bulletproof. Now, this is how it looks once it gets printed. So we print them out and then we stick the label directly onto the envelope. And that's what we use for our eBay standard envelope. Print it out through our Zebra. With these, the labels we get from eBay as well. I'll show you the listing for that. Now, if you buy them in bulk, you can get them for around 1 to 2 cents a piece. So it really doesn't add that much of an expense onto the shipping itself. All in with eBay, I think my shipping is around 88 cents with shipping, which is why we charge more for our cards on eBay, is because you're getting a tracked envelope and it's just more expensive to sell on that platform. So needless to say, the cards on that platform need to be more expensive. But we do get about 20 to 30% more for our lower end cards on eBay than on TCG Player. It's just, it is what it is. Different marketplaces demand different prices. The quicker you learn that, the better off you'll be in your business. Okay, so one of our scanners, the FI8170, the Fujitsu. Now this one, I liked it when I first got it. It was fast, beautiful, but in order for it to do trading cards properly, you have to do surgery to it. There's like a thing in there you gotta remove, a roller you gotta remove, and it just, for the quality of the picture, I don't like it. I prefer a smaller, more manual feed scanner. The R800, I think it's called, but we'll go to that later. We're talking about this first. This scanner, when I first got it, it was $1,100. I believe they're a little bit cheaper now. They're around $800, but the smaller, cheaper scanner that I use at home gives me a better quality image than this one. And the fact that you can't really use it with top loaders and you can't use it with thicker like sports cards or anything like that, it's a lot harder. And I know, you know, people are going to tell me that you can, but I don't want to perform surgery on an $1,100 scanner when I don't have to. When there's a cheaper option, sure, it's a little slower, but I'm not going for that like insane amount of volume. I have a storefront. I sell a lot of cards through there. I'm using this as more of like a side business to the business. So I don't need to be pushing out that much volume with my eBay. I do that with TCG Player. I don't need to require any scans. My eBay is more, I pick and choose what I want to sell on that platform. So I'm not getting an insane amount of volume of cards on that platform. Now, let me show you the difference in pictures between the FI 8170 and the smaller printer I have at home that I'll show you later. Okay, so this is one of my pictures. This is with the FI 8170. Not bad, but you can't really get rid of the black background. And with cards with black borders, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the border and the actual background. So it's a lot harder. And it's a lot harder to tell the difference if the card's condition. This is the scanner I have at home. This is the quality of the picture you'll get. It's beautiful, bright, vibrant, and it's because the actual speed of the printer is slower. It's just an all-around better quality image. Sure, this thing is super fast and you can scan 1,000 cards in an hour, but for a marketplace that you're trying to capture people by the picture, you should slow down a little bit, be more methodical with your listing and with your scanning. So that's why I like to use this smaller and more portable scanner I have at home. Now let's go to that scanner. As you can see, my desk is a complete mess already, and I just got it set up in the studio at home. So this is the scanner, the FI 800R. I'm gonna show you the difference in picture quality between the Fujitsu 8170 and this. It's like night and day. I mean, I already showed you the difference, but like the only difference is gonna be the speed. So if you don't care about speed and you're not scanning thousands of cards, I prefer this scanner over the Fujitsu 8170 just because ease of use, you don't have to doctor it up or remove parts, and it's cheaper. It's like half the price. And it can also scan cards sleeved, top loaded, raw, everything. So like you don't really have to worry about it damaging the scanner like you have to do with the 8170. It's so simple. This was made for document scanning, like pages, and for passports and driver's licenses. So you're able to scan thicker things, even really, really thick sports cards, like stuff with patches and things like that. So it could do a lot, and it's a lot cheaper. All right, so one thing you're gonna need, obviously, is the scanner. You don't have to worry about anything. You plug it in, and then you get these right here. So we're gonna use the PaperStream Click Scan. So we just power it on, and I'm gonna use just regular Pokemon cards. Now there's a setting where you could do continuous scan. You just put it in there, sucks it in, and then you hit that button, spits it out. Now it's in continuous scan mode. So you just have to keep feeding it. And that's really the only thing you have to do is just feed it. Now we're gonna feed it with a sleeve on it. Perfect. Oh no, I don't have a top loader. Now we'll do a thicker card stock. Pretend that's a top loader. Oh wait, we do. We have card savers. Let's see how a card saver scans. All right, so we're gonna do a thick card in a card saver. See how that goes. Perfect. Now let's see how the images look. So now all you have to do is click finish, what folder it's in, and then you just go through it. You know, sometimes it messes up, but that's with any scanner. So it doesn't really pick up the Pokeballs, but that's to be expected, I think. Maybe we can adjust the saturation. What it really does shine with is the full arts and the textured cards. And this is the thick card, Topps Finest. Like, see the quality? Like, I didn't see that with the naked eye, those scratches up there. And down here, this chipping over here. Cannot see that with the naked eye. See, even with it auto crops it and everything. You don't have to change any parts, move anything, change the width, the orientation of it. It just goes through the machine and it's like a workhorse. So I definitely recommend this over the 8170 if you're not going for insane volume, thousands of cards on eBay. If you know this is a hobby for you, like it is for a lot of you guys, this scanner is all that you will need. Another thing that I couldn't live without is my shipping station. I bought this off Amazon. It was 180 bucks, not made for shipping. It's a literal tool chest, a tool thing. So it was 180 bucks. It's a nightmare to put together. I got 2 of them. I put this one together. My employee, Nick, put this one together, and he didn't put any of the washers in place because he said, you know what, you don't need washers, right? And I'm gonna have to do this one again because it literally just, it's together barely. So use your washers, but I literally could not live without them. They are a definite buy. Because you can set it up, you can use the pegboard for all sorts of things. We put the outgoing mail here, you can set up all sorts of stuff. Like we have over here with our, tape, with our tape on one side, our labels here, our outgoing mail here. It's just all around. You can set it up the way you want to set it up. Now, let's talk about Journey Together. It comes out next week. Tonight is our second pre-release. Our first pre-release, we had 36 people. This one, we have 38 people. It's been insane. It's been crazy, crazy, crazy at the store. To the point where I'm probably going to have to hire an actual management, store manager. Just because I can't do it all anymore. I can't manage the warehouse, manage the store, and do everything. So I'm gonna actually have to store management, someone with retail experience and things like that. It's just been absolutely bonkers, off the wall every weekend, and it's great, but also it's scary. I don't know if once I hire a manager and get them trained up, the market's gonna die down and all of a sudden we're back to where we were, and now I have someone, on salary management that I have to pay, that now business as usual in Pokemon is $100 a box and no one buys it. But that's why we diversify into other games. One Piece, we have not Lorcana anymore. I'm stopping carrying that. But we have other games, so it's not too much of an issue. And with me really expanding the online part of the business and getting new customers that way, it'll be all right. It's nerve-wracking for me just because me being a person who likes to do everything, I like to have my hands in everything and do everything. It's tough for me to hand over responsibility to other people. And that's more on me than anybody else. That's a lot of the things I use. A lot of the things I get questions for daily. And a lot of the little things that sometimes, you wouldn't think of. You wouldn't think of what wire rack do they use to get the most cards on a shelf, on a single shelf. You wouldn't really think of that. That's something you just learn over time, and you just learn through doing. It's no one taught me that. That's something where I bought a 6-tier shelf, and I was like, wait, hold on. If I buy 2 shelves, I can combine them, and this is just things that I learned through doing it. And hopefully this video saves you some time and some money, some frustration, and you're able to do things a little bit quicker than I did. It took me 4 years to get to this point. And hopefully with this video, you could get through maybe 6 to 8 months of torture with figuring things out. So that being said, thank you guys for following along this journey of trading card sales. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I never say it, But it's one of those videos where hopefully it hits the algorithm and people search it up. And we get some subscribers off this. So I'll see you later. Peace.